There's something timeless about feminine energy. It isn't about looks or status or even effort. It's about essence. The way someone carries herself, the softness she brings into a room, the playfulness in her eyes, the warmth in her laughter. These are the qualities that make the heart race and the mind restless. True magnetism doesn't need to shout. It whispers. And when a woman embodies certain habits, she becomes unforgettable, drawing others in without ever chasing. The art of soft presence is one of the most magnetic qualities a woman can carry. It is not loud, it does not demand attention, and yet it holds a power that lingers in the air long after she has walked away. Imagine someone entering a room where conversations are happening, music is playing, distractions are everywhere, yet without a single word, without any grand gesture, her energy shifts the space. That is the essence of soft presence, a quiet elegance that speaks louder than words ever could. It's not about being timid or weak. It's about embodying a gentle strength that allows others to relax in your company, to feel that calmness wrapping around them like a subtle perfume. This kind of presence is not something you buy or fake. It's cultivated through self-awareness and inner peace. When a woman carries herself with grace, she shows that she is at ease with herself and that inner ease naturally spills out to those around her. People feel it in the way she walks, the softness in her gestures, the warmth in her tone. Even her silence becomes magnetic because it carries depth instead of emptiness. There's no rush in her movements, no frantic need to impress, and this very unhurried nature creates fascination. In a world where so many are desperate to be seen, someone who glows without trying becomes unforgettable. Soft presence also comes from a certain attentiveness. When you listen deeply, when you look at someone with genuine interest, you create a bubble around that moment, and people are drawn into it. It makes them feel safe, valued, and understood. This habit of carrying a calm yet alive energy transforms the way others respond. They lean in closer. They notice details about you that they wouldn't with anyone else. The way your eyes soften when they speak, the subtle curve of a smile, the quiet way you hold yourself, it all becomes a language of its own, one that is far more captivating than words. There is also mystery in softness. When a woman doesn't reveal all of herself at once, when she allows silence and pauses to exist comfortably, it creates a space for curiosity. Her presence is felt even when she says little, and that quiet confidence makes others want to know more. Instead of overpowering, she allows space, and in that space, attraction grows. Think of it as the difference between a blinding spotlight and the soft glow of candlelight. One overwhelms, the other entices. The softness draws people in closer, wanting to stay in its warmth. At the core, soft presence is about balance. It is the merging of stillness with vitality, the ability to bring calmness without being dull, to bring grace without losing authenticity. It's an energy that whispers rather than shouts, that embraces rather than demands. And in that gentle whisper, in that unspoken elegance, lies a power that drives men wild, not because it is obvious, but because it is rare. Playful mystery is a quality that has fascinated hearts for centuries. It is the art of leaving just enough unsaid, just enough unseen to spark endless curiosity. When a woman embraces mystery, she doesn't hand over every detail of her life, her thoughts, or her emotions right away. Instead, she creates a rhythm of reveal and conceal, a gentle dance where each moment leaves a hint of something deeper. It's not about playing manipulative games, but about honoring the truth that attraction thrives in curiosity, and curiosity is born from not knowing everything at once. When someone feels like there's always another layer to discover, they can't help but keep coming back for more. There's magic in the way mystery blends with playfulness. A playful look, a teasing smile, or a light-hearted response to a serious question can leave a person intrigued in ways they don't fully understand. It shows that she isn't bound by predictable patterns, that she has her own rhythm and refuses to give it all away immediately. Playful mystery creates a chase, but not the exhausting kind. It's the chase of discovery, the thrill of wondering what might come next, the anticipation that makes each interaction feel alive. Instead of laying everything bare, she chooses to let her essence unfold slowly, like chapters in a story that's worth savoring. The beauty of this habit lies in its balance. Too much mystery without warmth can feel distant, but when paired with a playful spirit, it becomes magnetic. A mischievous sparkle in the eye, a laugh that hints at secrets untold, a sudden shift in tone that keeps things unpredictable. These are the tiny details that leave someone captivated. It's not about being confusing or difficult. It's about being layered, about not being so easy to define in a single glance or a single conversation. That unpredictability keeps the mind engaged long after the interaction has ended. What makes playful mystery irresistible is the way it blends curiosity with desire. The unknown has always been alluring. It's part of human nature to be drawn toward what we can't fully grasp. When a woman embodies this quality, she creates a sense of wonder. Each conversation feels like an adventure, each glance feels like a riddle, and every moment leaves room for imagination to wander. And imagination is powerful. When someone imagines, they invest emotionally, mentally, even physically in the possibilities. They begin to crave the next reveal, the next spark, the next chance to uncover a new part of her world. Playful mystery also reflects self-respect. It says, I don't need to pour out every detail of who I am right away, because my essence is too precious to be consumed in one sitting. It shows that she values her depth and isn't afraid to let others earn the right to know her more intimately over time. That restraint itself is intoxicating because in a world of oversharing and instant gratification, she becomes rare, and rarity is priceless. In the end, playful mystery isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about fully being yourself while choosing to unfold that self with elegance, teasing curiosity instead of satisfying it all at once. It's about carrying a spark that can't be fully captured, a rhythm that keeps others guessing, a charm that refuses to be rushed. And in that delicate dance between what's revealed and what's hidden, desire grows wild, because the unknown will always hold more power than the obvious. Authentic laughter and joy are among the most enchanting qualities a woman can embody because they carry an energy that cannot be faked. When laughter comes from a genuine place, it radiates warmth and makes everything around feel lighter, brighter, more alive. It's not just the sound of it, it's the sparkle in the eyes, the way her body relaxes, the way her spirit seems to dance for a moment. That kind of laughter is magnetic because it doesn't just express happiness. It creates happiness in the atmosphere. People are drawn to it instinctively because joy is contagious and everyone craves to be around someone who makes life feel more beautiful simply by being herself. There is a world of difference between forced laughter and the kind that springs from the heart. When it's real, it doesn't matter if it's loud or soft, whether it bursts suddenly or flows gently. It feels alive. Authentic laughter carries freedom because it shows she isn't trapped in constant seriousness or weighed down by the fear of how she appears. She allows herself to be in the moment, to enjoy without restraint, and that openness is incredibly alluring. It tells others that she knows how to live fully, and in her company, they too can let go of their masks and feel lighter. What makes genuine joy so captivating is that it reveals the soul without effort. A smile that lights up the face, laughter that lingers in the air. These things create an atmosphere where others feel safe to be themselves. It doesn't come from trying to impress or from acting a certain way to be liked. It comes from a natural sense of delight in life. This is what makes it rare and irresistible, because in a world where many people are burdened by stress, seriousness, or cynicism, someone who radiates authentic joy feels like a breath of fresh air. There is also a playful innocence in laughter that makes interactions more vibrant. It creates a rhythm, a spark of spontaneity, a sense that time slows down in that moment of shared joy. A woman who laughs freely doesn't need to constantly perform or prove herself. Her energy speaks for her. It makes her magnetic because joy is not only felt, it is remembered. Long after a conversation ends, The sound of genuine laughter echoes in the mind, leaving a sweet imprint that cannot be ignored. Joy also reflects resilience. To laugh authentically is not to ignore life's challenges, but to rise above them with grace. It shows inner strength, the ability to still find light, to still embrace beauty, to still let happiness flow. That kind of strength wrapped in softness is deeply captivating. It tells others that she knows how to hold both pain and joy and chooses joy without apology. In the end, authentic laughter and joy aren't just habits, they are signals of a spirit that refuses to be dulled by the world. They create connection, attraction, and fascination not by force, but by the sheer beauty of being real. When she laughs from her soul, she not only drives men wild, she reminds them that life itself is meant to be lived with passion, warmth, and delight. Delicate confidence is one of the most enchanting habits a woman can embody because it combines strength with softness in a way that feels both captivating and comforting. It isn't loud or boastful, and it doesn't need to dominate a room to be felt. Instead, it's a quiet knowing, a subtle assurance in who she is, woven into every gesture, every word, every glance. A woman who carries this kind of confidence doesn't need to shout her worth, because it radiates naturally through her presence. People can sense it in the way she walks with poise, in the way her eyes meet others without hesitation, and in the way she doesn't crumble when faced with challenges. That delicate balance, firm yet gentle, is what makes her unforgettable. Confidence without arrogance is rare. So many mistake confidence for being loud or overly assertive, but delicate confidence is the opposite. It is graceful, it is unforced, it is magnetic precisely because it doesn't try too hard. It shows up in small things, the way she speaks clearly without needing to over-explain, the way she sits with ease without fidgeting, the way she smiles as if she knows her value without needing constant validation. This subtle assurance makes others lean in because it feels authentic. It tells the world, I know who I am, I honor myself, and I don't need to prove it to anyone. That quiet strength is intoxicating. What makes delicate confidence so alluring is how it blends with femininity. It doesn't overpower, it enhances. A woman who is confident in herself allows space for others to shine too, because her self-worth isn't threatened by anyone else's light. This quality is deeply attractive because it makes those around her feel safe and respected. She doesn't compete, she doesn't compare, she simply exists in her own glow, and that glow draws people closer without them even realizing it. There is also an elegance in restraint that comes with this type of confidence. She doesn't need to fill every silence because she is comfortable in her own skin. She doesn't need to chase attention because she knows attention finds her naturally. She doesn't bend herself to fit into every expectation because she understands her value isn't defined by approval. This calm assurance allows her to set boundaries with grace, to say no without guilt, and to walk away when something doesn't honor her. Such actions may appear simple, but they carry a quiet power that fascinates and commands respect. Delicate confidence also reveals itself in vulnerability. It takes true strength to be soft, to show emotion without fear, to admit flaws while still embracing worth. A woman who carries this habit doesn't hide behind masks or rigid walls. She allows her humanity to be seen, and that openness becomes even more magnetic because it is rooted in self-assurance. She doesn't need to be perfect. She simply needs to be herself, and that authenticity radiates in a way that no pretense ever could. Ultimately, delicate confidence is the kind of presence that doesn't overwhelm, but lingers. It's the assurance that whispers instead of shouts, the quiet power that doesn't need recognition to exist. It is strength wrapped in grace, certainty softened by tenderness. And when a woman embodies this rare balance, she becomes irresistible. Not because she demands attention, but because her very being commands it effortlessly. Nurturing femininity is a habit that carries a kind of beauty that words can barely capture. It is the gentle way of being that makes others feel cared for, seen, and valued without it ever being forced. This is not about grand gestures or constant giving. It is about small, subtle acts that touch the heart in ways that linger. It can be something as simple as the way she listens without interrupting, the way her presence makes the atmosphere softer, the way she remembers little details that others might forget. These things create a sense of closeness because nurturing energy is not just about what she does, but about how she makes someone feel when they are in her presence. This kind of femininity doesn't come from trying to please everyone. It comes from genuine tenderness. When she cares, it is not because she is desperate to be needed, but because her heart naturally leans toward connection. That authenticity is what makes it irresistible. It's in the softness of a touch, the warmth in a smile, the way she creates comfort without needing to announce it. Her nurturing nature becomes a safe place in a world that often feels chaotic. People are drawn to that sense of safety, to the feeling that with her, they can let go of their guard and simply be. There's a unique strength hidden in this quality. To nurture is not to be weak. In fact, it requires great resilience to hold space for others while still holding yourself together. A woman who embodies nurturing femininity shows that she can be both gentle and strong, soft yet steady. She gives in a way that does not drain her because her care is balanced with self-respect. That balance is what makes her glow even more. She doesn't lose herself in the process of carrying. Instead, she enhances herself, becoming more magnetic with every act of genuine kindness. What makes nurturing so captivating is that it creates a deep emotional bond. It's not about material gestures, but emotional nourishment, asking how someone truly feels, encouraging their dreams, calming their fears, celebrating their victories no matter how small. These little things add up to a powerful impact. They make others feel deeply valued, and that kind of emotional intimacy is unforgettable. It's not something one can walk away from easily because once someone has felt it, they crave it again and again. Even in silence, nurturing femininity is felt. The way she sits near you and makes the air feel softer, the way her presence carries peace instead of pressure, the way her eyes show understanding without a single word, it all becomes a kind of healing. She doesn't need to do much because her energy itself carries warmth. That is why people find themselves drawn closer, wanting to stay longer, feeling safe in ways they cannot fully explain. At its core, nurturing femininity is not about what she gives, but about what she awakens. She brings out vulnerability without shame. She makes others want to open up, and she creates an atmosphere where love feels natural instead of forced. And that is why this habit drives men wild, not because of the actions themselves, but because of the rare emotional sanctuary it creates. The subtle touch of allure is one of the most powerful habits a woman can embody, because it speaks directly to the senses without a single word. It's not about trying too hard or putting on an act. It's about those natural, almost unconscious gestures that stir curiosity and desire. A glance held a second longer than usual, the way she tucks her hair behind her ear, the softness in her tone, or the effortless way she carries her body. All of these small things can awaken emotions stronger than any deliberate attempt to seduce. Allure lies in the understated, in the little details that feel unplanned yet unforgettable. What makes this quality so intoxicating is its subtlety. It doesn't overwhelm, it teases. Instead of giving everything away at once, it allows imagination to fill the spaces. A woman with allure knows that less is often more, that mystery is far more powerful than obviousness. A simple touch on the arm during laughter, a playful glance across the room, the faint smile that suggests more than it reveals. These are gestures that linger in the mind long after the moment has passed. They don't just capture attention, they hold it, making someone crave more without even understanding why. Allure also lives in body language. The way she walks with grace, her posture upright yet fluid, communicates volumes. The rhythm of her movements, the way she occupies space without needing to demand it, creates a magnetic pull. When her energy combines with subtle, intentional gestures, it creates an aura that is irresistible. Even silence becomes alluring when it's paired with this presence, because it speaks louder than words could ever manage. There is also a deep confidence behind allure. A woman who embodies it is comfortable in her own skin, and that comfort shows in every move she makes. She doesn't need to exaggerate or seek approval. She knows that her presence alone is enough. That quiet certainty makes the smallest of actions, eye contact, a smile, a lean forward, intensely powerful. The allure is not in perfection, but in authenticity. It is the charm of being unapologetically herself while allowing her natural magnetism to flow freely. What makes this habit so captivating is the emotional effect it leaves behind. Allure is not just about physical attraction, it's about creating an atmosphere that feels electric. It leaves others restless, thinking about her long after she's gone, replaying moments in their minds, wondering what it would feel like to experience more of her presence. It awakens a desire that is both physical and emotional, because allure touches not just the eyes but the imagination, not just the body but the heart. At its essence, the subtle touch of allure is about presence, not performance. It's about allowing natural charm to slip into the smallest moments, to let desire build without rushing, to invite curiosity without needing to force attention. And when a woman masters this art, she becomes unforgettable, not because she tries to be, but because allure is the kind of energy that plants itself deeply in the memory and refuses to fade. True feminine magnetism is not about perfection, nor is it about being someone else. It is about embodying habits that awaken both curiosity and connection in the most natural way. Soft presence draws people in with calm elegance. Playful mystery keeps desire alive with an air of wonder. Authentic laughter and joy light up the spirit with warmth. Delicate confidence blends strength with grace. Nurturing femininity creates a safe and tender space. And the subtle touch of allure leaves a lingering spark that cannot be forgotten. Together, these habits form a rhythm that is both enchanting and timeless. They don't chase, they don't demand, they don't scream for attention, yet they hold a power stronger than words. When a woman lives in this energy, she doesn't just capture admiration, she creates an experience, one that lingers in the mind, in the heart, and in the memory long after the moment has passed.